to understand that we're here to help each other, absolutely. So many of you are afraid to reach out, whether you need help financially, whether emotionally, physically, or mentally. So many of you are afraid to reach out. And another part of that is because of the pride that is directly tied into the trauma responses that are held within. And so these pride issues are going to come up a whole lot, because that is a false masculine energy, regardless of gender, that has been programmed. This is where you're going to see a lot of imbalance, where the collective has gone into too much of a feminine rising, and the women representations of our avatars out here became a little too imbalanced and went into that we're above the masculine essence, if you will. And as the full patriarchal coding now comes to the surface, and the true divine masculine aspect, especially within the masculine incarnates, that truly is really going to start coming up in you masculine, as these 44 points within your throat chakras truly come alive. Again, observe and keep it balanced, because you guys are getting a voice back. You guys have, in the human term aspect, if you will, you guys were emasculated, and you get your balls back. And with that, your throat chakra is going to fully open now. And for you men that have become passive, became very beta because of the dictation of society, this is where you are going to really start opening up and communicating, because the masculine have always been emotionally unavailable at a blueprint template aspect, if you will. And so even though many of you have opened up your hearts and become emotionally available, now we have not been able to have the masculine's throat chakras fully opened until this time. And so as we come into this, ladies, on the human aspect, this is where you're going to really come into that wounding of, even though a masculine is speaking up in your current realities, you guys, again, it's a predictable pattern that you guys have lived by, for you to reject. Oh, you're just trying to control me. Oh, you just want this. Oh, you just want that. So masculine, really do not shut yourselves down if you're encountering this in your human relationships, your families, your partners, and even in the spiritual awakening communities, guys. Again, yes, it's the rising of the divine feminine, but at the same time, it's the rising of the divine masculine, coming out of a patriarchal era that, as we have de-evolutionized ourselves, has put the masculine in a place of not being able to be a masculine. And so as we bring balance and harmony to that, really be gentle and compassionate. Use your higher awareness, because truly, this is where, just like the feminine, as they awoke to themselves and they roared, "Here I am woman, hear me, hear me." So too now, as the masculine gain their true voice back, and not be afraid, if you will, because again, evolution has said that a masculine can't be that alpha masculine, because, well, and society has dumbed you all down in every way. And so as that light truly comes in, because that's what masculine energy is, it's light, it's information, make sure you are not here trying to understand, but you are here and truly allowing the inner standing to come. Again, guys, really observe as your mentality of limitation, of predictability, really comes full force for you to really neutralize that. And instead of having the new book of your life predictable, already conditioned and pre-programmed for you, this is where you really want to surrender to your higher consciousness and have an empty book of life to where you can create it instantaneously right now in your power, because it's only in this moment right now that you have your power and fully in your power. And so again, a whole lot of regenerative energy that is not going to be very comfortable as now the neurological system truly goes into a massive upgrading. And truly, this is where you guys have the opportunity to take your destiny and run with it from a one whole consciousness, you as a unique expression versus you as the separated human in a separation of truth, a separation of frequencies. This is a time, guys, if you really allow it, to allow yourself to no longer be on awakening journey, but to be the ascended masters you have always been, and more importantly, to truly let the all-knowing go and allow yourself to become sensory aware, telepathically aware, and yet know nothing. Because unless you empty this and you become nothing, and truly allow all of this light to fully come in and permeate your vessels, that which you hold within, the light, if you don't release it, the light can't go into those spaces. And so, as truly the predictable, habitual aspects of yourself truly start coming up now to show you that you no longer need it, you no longer want it, this and that, you have great opportunity to truly rise above it in any given moment and to just neutralize all of these inverted solar codes. Your gifts more and more are subtly being revealed to you. As with anything, guys, you have to practice them. And so more and more as we go through these next couple weeks, going through this lunar eclipse, which will eclipse those lower density inverted solar codes completely from your emotional body, it's going to get a little discomforting, but truly at the same time very much more peaceful in here. And we will fully reach that peaceful, harmonious space here by the end of 2023. Again, this out here, because you guys are releasing this stuff, will get a little more chaotic. And once we reach the peace here of the collective, within of the 144,144, truly, it will start coming out here. As much as we are going into full Christ consciousness by the end of this year, going into 2022, at the same time, anything that does not match that Christ consciousness on the surface will again be exposed. So this is a true exposure and a true revealing, guys, of what is known as a duality, polarity of good and evil. And so as this circuitry truly permeates throughout the vessel, again, use your consciousness. Your light bodies do not have taste, touch, smell, sight, and hearing the way your human does. Your light body does not experience pain at all. And so you can truly center yourself here and invite that consciousness in. And even though your vessel is going through that fiery burning, you truly can command your vessel to rise up, your frequency to rise above it, your consciousness, to where it's not experiencing the pain, although it's aware that your body goes through it. And that's what I mean is the surrendering, truly surrender. Because that which is predictable and habitual is programmed as an automation, and you guys truly are not robots if you allow yourself to come alive. And that's what you want to do right now, is truly bring your consciousness in to raise your body above the frequency where you experience the pain and suffering. And the only way you can do that is to truly empty yourself out of these inverted solar codes. So have a great day, guys.